Meghan Markle's mother Doria Ragland. Meet Prince Harry's mother-in-law. When Meghan Markle married Prince Harry in St. George's Chapel last month, her mother Doria Ragland was the only member of her immediate family in attendance. This should come as no surprise to anyone who's been following the now Duke and Duchess of Sussex. Markle is extremely close to her mother. Ragland, 61, had a special role in the wedding. She rode in the car with her daughter to the chapel, then took her place inside the church choir, opposite the Queen. Ragland had flown to England a few days before the wedding to be with Markle and to meet with members of the royal family, including Prince Charles and Camilla and, of course, Queen Elizabeth II. A source recently revealed to Us Weekly that aside from watching her daughter get married, her favorite moment of the week was meeting the Queen. Markle is Ragland's only child. She and Tom Markle divorced when their daughter was 6 years old, but the marriage reportedly ended amicably. Markle, who is Ragland's only child, lived with her mother after her parents split, but saw her father regularly. By all accounts, Markle and her mom appear to have an incredibly close relationship. "We can just have so much fun together, and yet I'll still find so much solace in her support," she said of Ragland in Glamour this past August. That duality coexists the same way it would in a best friend. She calls Markle by an adorable nickname, Flower. When sharing her humanitarian work on her now-defunct lifestyle blog The Tig, Markle revealed her sweet nickname. "I'm consistently asked how I keep a footing two contrasting worlds, one in the entertainment industry, predicated on wealth and indulgence, and the other in humanitarian work. To me, it's less of a question of how can you do this, and more a question of how can you not?" she wrote in a post titled How to Be Both. "I don't know, Flower. You were just born that way." This is my mom's response to the aforementioned question, and indicative of the character traits she knows me to have so well: opinionated, driven, and with a deep desire to effect change. "It's just who you are," she says. And yes, she calls me Flower. Given the royal family's propensity for pet names, it sounds like Ragland will fit right in. Ragland is a social worker. She works specifically with the geriatric community, Markle has said. In the past, Markle has also described her mother as a free-spirited clinical therapist, who also teaches yoga. Despite all the royal craziness over the past few months, Ragland reportedly still works at D.D. Hirsch Mental Health Services in Culver City, California. The organization's mission statement reads, "D.D. Hirsch transforms lives by providing quality mental health and substance abuse services in communities where stigma or poverty limit access." She's a free spirit. Markle has written about her mother and their bond several times. In a 2014 Tig post called Love Letter, the soon-to-be royal described her in this way: dreadlocks, nose ring, yoga instructor, social worker, free spirit, lover of potato chips and lemon tarts. And if the DJQ's Al Green soul classic Call Me, Just Forget It, she will swivel her hips into the sweetest little dance you've ever seen, swaying her head and snapping her fingers to the beat like she's been dancing since the womb. And you will smile. You won't be able to help it. You will look at her and you will feel joy. I'm talking about my mom. She raised Markle to understand the importance of giving back. Markle credits her parents' influence with her philanthropic instincts. "Both my parents came from little, so they made a choice to give a lot," Markle wrote on the Tig in 2016, buying turkeys for homeless shelters at Thanksgiving, delivering meals to patients in hospice care, donating any spare change in their pocket to those asking for it, and performing quiet acts of grace, be it a hug, a smile, or a pat on the back to show one's in need that they would be alright. It was her upbringing that inspired her advocacy work. "This is what I grew up seeing, so that is what I grew up being," she continued, a young adult with a social consciousness to do what I could, and to, at the very least, speak up when I knew something was wrong. Prince Harry is clearly a fan of his mother-in-law, and it appears the feeling is mutual. During the couple's first sit-down interview with the BBC, Prince Harry said simple, "Her mum's amazing." Ragland and Harry reportedly met several times over the course of his early relationship with Markle, including at the 2016 Invictus Games. "I'm sure at the onset, both my parents and my close friends were concerned because we got very quickly swept up in a media storm that was not part of my life before that, but they also had never seen me so happy," Markle said in that same BBC interview. "And I think also once my friends were able to really meet Harry and my mom, who we've spent a lot of time with, who's so much fun. It was just obvious that no matter what we were being put through, it was just temporary." Ragland and Markle's father released a statement following the royal engagement announcement, which read, "We are incredibly happy for Meghan and Harry. Our daughter has always been a kind and loving person. To see her union with